Yo, yo. This is your boy, man, at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's Sunday morning, so that means it could only be NFL talk, man. I know last week I said I was done with NFL. Injuries happened to me once again. Old Tom Savage with a concussion. But we're going to keep it rolling, man. We're going to look forward. We're going to keep moving. And hopefully this is the week I have a successful NFL week. Because it's been rough, man. Injuries have really put a hurt on my season. I build my lineup, and it's just one player who always wounds up with the injury bug, man. But it's all positive vibes this morning. You know what I'm saying? None of that's gonna happen. We're gonna have a really good day. The drought is over, man. I think I put that on my last one. Missed the cash line by 4 points, but I'm serious today. And since I gotta, maybe it's my fault. I haven't gave a sacrifice to the Fanduel and football gods. So today I will be running this lineup out in maybe a quarter game or a 5-cent game, something like that, man, to where if I have all of my injured players in one spot, the guys I'm about to talk about and the guys we end up going with, they won't get hurt, man. So that's my plan today. That's how I'm thinking. But without further ado, we finna hop into it. I'm going to let you know who I'm rocking with. Listen, y'all, at quarterback, we have about 5 options. Players all in a similar range of outcome, man. And those players are going to be Tom Brady, the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers coming back, Wilson, Breeze, Big Ben, Cam Newton. And I'll stop right there because I think those are the real big dogs, the guys who will wound up with, I would say, 25 to 20 points. I would say in that range. I would say, honestly, man, y'all know I try to hit you with the value on NBA, but I would say, honestly, figure out which one of these QBs you like and just plug them in, man. We have a ton of good options. I really wouldn't go dirt diving today, man. There's not a ton I really like. Outside of those 5 guys, I would say Mariota. Just because of the matchup. I know y'all think just because I'm a Titans fan, but he has a wonderful matchup, rushing upside. I would say Goff, he could be in a very competitive game, but I'm a little scared of the defense. I do like Kirk Cousins a little bit going up against Arizona. Case Keenum is actually in a decent spot. Garoppolo, I would give him a pass. Blake Bortles, on DraftKings, man, I know I'm doing FanDuel, but on DraftKings, I think he's severely underpriced, so definitely give him a long look. Tyrod Taylor, if you want to just take a flyer, maybe, he hasn't shown a ton of upside, but he has rushing upside. He has a safe floor, so that is a positive thing. But he has a good matchup too, going up against Miami. They're actually one of the worst when it comes to defending against quarterbacks. And once you get down here, man, it's pretty much it's a wrap. I don't see too much I want to go at. You want to take a flyer on Nick Foles, starting new quarterback. But listen, y'all, my favorite quarterbacks are definitely going to be at the top. Tom Brady and Big Ben, I think they'll be the most popular guys. They have the highest implied point total for this week on this slate. Aaron Rodgers coming back, I think he could be potentially low on, man, because maybe some people out there are like, it's his first week back. He's not going to be like Aaron Rodgers. And maybe he comes out and dominates. So I think he's a really solid option. Russell Wilson is the top fantasy quarterback this year, man. always in a good spot. One thing to note, his history versus the Rams is not just dominant. As you see some of these explosive games, he played the Rams only 12 points. And he had a game last season where he played the Rams and had like 15 points. So I don't know if the Rams got a answer for old Wilson, but with that being said, I still think he's in a very good spot. Drew Brees, I think his spot is too good to be true. I'm not sure how competitive this game stays, so that's kind of driving me away from him. But perfect matchup. He's Drew Brees, man. Another thing that scares me, this offensive line is so good when it comes to running the ball, when it comes to pass protection, that they just tend to run the ball a lot. We're not seeing Drew Brees have to pass a ton. We're not seeing him score a ton of touchdowns. So where's the upside, Drew Brees? But very, very safe floor. I'm pretty sure he scores a few times today. So you can take a look at him, man. Perfect matchup. But my favorite QB out of all the guys I just mentioned is going to have to be Cameron Jarrell Newton going up against Green Bay. And what should be a very, very close competitive game. We know Cam has the rushing upside. He's been rushing his ass off. He's pretty much a running back at quarterback, man. That's one thing we love. When you get 11 rush attempts, 9 rush attempts, like, you are cooking, man. And we know Green Bay's defense is a little spotty. One week they can come out and look decent. The next week they can get absolutely torched, man. So my eyes are locked in on Cameron Jarrell Newton. I want to go ahead and plug him in as my top option. But those other guys I just talked about in the top tier, man, they're lovely options, man. So take a look at them. Now, I will say, I don't know how you're going to do it, but you definitely have to have some exposure to this New England and Pittsburgh game. The teams are simply too high-powered. The offenses are too high-scoring, high-powered offenses. You got to have some exposure just in case it turns into a mad shootout. You don't want to be left without any, man. So make sure you, whether it's a running back, whether it's your quarterback, a wide receiver, a tight end, you just want to make sure you have somebody. Now, I'm going to go ahead and be honest. I'm going to lock in Lev Bell just because I absolutely love him. But I will give you a few other options, man. Kamara, I think he's a little too much for me, but I've been saying that for like the past 6 weeks, and he's been going off, minus that week he didn't play. Shady McCoy, I'm not really in love with him in this spot. Ty Gurley, I do think he's A-okay, man. The boy has been beasting. No problem with him. Mark Ingram, I think I'd rather pay for Mark Ingram than Alvin Kamara. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Williams, I think he's A-okay. Carlos Hyde, I think he's in a pretty decent situation. Christian McCaffrey is okay. Samaje Perine, I absolutely love him. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit him in my lineup because I'm paying up in a few spots, but he is getting the workload, man, and the touchdowns, they're going to come eventually. As long as you're seeing the production, the rush attempts, solid yards per carry, which he has, we can definitely take a look at him. And he's getting so much of the workload because they don't have your boy Thompson is hurt. They don't really have a backup, so he's been carrying the load. So I think he's in a good situation just just for that reason, man. He has to do so much in the backfield for this team. So I think he's a pretty safe, secure play. Alex Collins, he's been balling, but you never know. You could get a Woodhead sighting, man. You could get a Woodhead sighting. He's been balling, though, man. He's really been balling. Pretty decent matchup this week, too. Burkhead, he's not for me. Kenyon Drake, I think he's A-okay. No Damian Williams, so we know he's going to have to shoulder the load. $6,500 is a beautiful price. Deion Lewis, he's not for me, man. $6,300. He's been A-okay though. He's not for me. I want a safer player, man. I know one of these guys are going to score, but I don't want to take a chance and not pick the right one. The only way I would play one of them is if I play both of them. And then if I play both of them, it could be James White Day. So I just try to stay out of that situation. Lamar Miller, I think he's A-OK, man. Very, very cheap price tag. Backup quarterback under center. So his carry should be there. His workload should be there. Latavius Murray's going to be a no for me. Derrick Henry's going to be a no. DeMarco Murray's going to be a no. And the reason I say that is because they're sharing this backfield. Now, they have the best matchup on paper as far as rush defense. But the only way I would, play one of them is if I play both of them. I'm a huge Titans fan. Love both of these guys equally. But, when it comes to fantasy, I can't pinpoint who's going to be in the end zone. I can't tell you who's going to score, so I can't recommend them. Who else we got, man? Isaiah Correll and Duke Johnson, same situation. Giovanni Bernard, he's in a pretty safe, secure situation. Mike Davis, 5,800 for some value. I think he's A-OK. Powell, especially if we get news that Forte is going to call it a day, that'll be good news for Powell. Now, last few guys I want to talk about is TJ Yeldon and Chris Ivory. We just got the news that Fournette is not going to play, so these guys get a major, major boost. Chris Ivory will be the higher-owned guy, so I would go with TJ Yeldon. And we've seen a few games where he has really showed some upside. Well, we actually seen one game. We seen one game. That's my B, where he scored that 20-piece, man. But anytime you get a situation like that, you can get two cheap guys. I don't mind taking a chance on them. But my top running back is definitely gonna be Lev Bell. Got to get some exposure to that New England game. Moving on to receiver, I absolutely love Antonio Brown. I love Michael Thomas, but those are not the guys I want to focus on. I will have those guys, though. The guy that I really want to go ahead and recommend, the guy that I'm picking, we got some early news, man, some value, and I'm paying up for a lot of studly players, man. So I got to get you some value somewhere, and a guy I feel comfortable taking a chance on is going to be Mr. Willie Snead. 4,600. I know he hasn't been doing much as of late, but one thing I can say, we got news that Ted Ginn is out. So it's going to open up a few routes, man. It's going to open up a little more playing time, a little snaps for the boy Willie Reed. And we know last year, man. Let's go back to last year. Everybody was on Willie Reed. He was a boss. This year, man, just injuries and hasn't been able to get a rapport with Drew Brees, it seems like. But Willie Reed is definitely a good option. If you don't want to pay up for Antonio and Mike Thomas like I am, other good options, Adam Thielen, I think he's in an excellent spot. I'm telling you, man, if this guy was catching touchdowns consistently, he would be at the top of the wide receiver breakdown, but behind Antonio Brown, of course. But this guy is just he's a monster, dude. Like, he is a real deal beast. Adam Thielen is that guy. I got a whole new respect for him. I've been watching some of his highlights too, just to see, man, because like his target share is through the roof. Case Keenum absolutely loves this guy. But his yards in air is wonderful, man. His route running is crispy. He can make moves while he has the ball in his hand. I'm really big on Adam Thielen today. I will have a lineup with him out there, but I may have to do that in my early only. But I think he's definitely in a really good spot. Brandon Cooks, he should be in a good spot in the shootout, going up against Pittsburgh. I do like Devontae Adams. They're getting Rodgers back, so him and the boy Nelson, they're going to be back in play. Larry Fitzgerald is just a monster, a usage hog. He's been doing his thing all season. You can look for him. Doug Baldwin, I think he's in an A-OK spot. I'm not messing with Chris Hogan. I know it's his first game back, but he's been practicing very gingerly, so I kind of want to stay away from that. The boy Jarvis Landry, I think he's okay. Crowder, he's okay. Diggs, I think he's in a very good spot as well. I love Marquise Lee, and I absolutely love his counterpart. I can't think of his name. Oh, Westbrook. Day Westbrook, Dede Westbrook. I don't even know which one it is, but y'all know who I'm talking about now that I said it. Both of those guys are definitely in play. Pretty cheap price tags on both of them. Robert Woods, man, he was crushing. No. Robert Woods just came back from the injury. So Cooper Kupp was the one. He was the one crushing. But we got news that Robert Woods, he's back now, man. He's back. So we gotta limit our expectations a little bit. You know, the targets are not gonna be as heavily flowing to Cooper Kupp and Sammy Watkins like they was, because Robert Woods was absolutely dominating while he was in. Juju, it looks like he's going to play, man. I don't mind going with Juju, especially if you want to get away from Antonio Brown, who should be very, very high on. Marquise Goodwin, he has been really connecting with your boy. 12 targets last week, 8 targets the week before. They're building something strong. He's in an excellent matchup going against my Tennessee Titans. I hate to say that, but that's just the truth, man. So I would take a look at him. I think Curse is in play. Who else? Martavis Bryant. You know, I don't know. I'm good on that. But I do like Matthews in this situation going up against San Francisco. Cobb for the cheaper Packers wide receiver. I think he's okay. There go Westbrook right there. I think he's in a good spot. Corey Davis, I like him. Besides that, y'all, that's pretty much where it ends. Amendola, if you want a cheap guy, want to get some exposure, just a cheaper dude, you can go with him. And yeah, man, that's pretty much where I'm gonna draw the line. But I gave y'all my cheap guy, man. That's gonna be Willie Snead. I don't have a ton of value for you in this video, but hopefully you're listening to what I'm saying, and I'm kind of pointing you in the right direction, because this is my game plan. This is what I'm gonna be rocking with. Let's go ahead and hop in the tight end. Now, honestly, I want to say, man, everybody play Gronk or Ertz because they're in smash spots. And you know, which you can. You pick your favorite tight end. My favorite tight end this week, I want to get some exposure to the San Francisco game. Delaney Walker going up against his old squad. The old revenge narrative. No, this is bigger than just revenge, y'all. This is a situation where Delaney Walker is seeing the majority of the targets in this Titans offense, man. He is Mariota's favorite target. He's a beast every week. I look for him to have a explosive game this week. We know he's going to be extra juiced up. I definitely want to lock him in as my top tight end. If you're not paying up for those three guys, let me see if I can find you a little value. I love Greg Olsen at this price tag. I really do. Seals Jr., man, he has been doing his thing. You know, he got a nice little breakout end of season run, man. That's really cool to see. Anytime you see a new face on the scene, you can definitely take a look at him and you know, just feel a little warm and fuzzy, man. He's been doing his thing on the practice squad all year. You know what I'm saying? Then he came up and made something happen. That's a beautiful story. But anyways, man, I like Selleck in this situation. Jesse James, if you want the cheaper tight end out of that game. Besides that, y'all, I don't know what to tell you. I'm done. Oh, Njoku, I think he is A-OK. He's back healthy. He practiced. And he's one of Kaiser's favorite targets. So I think we can take a look at him. But that's pretty much where it ends, man. My top tight end is going to be the boy Delaney. I can't give you a kicker, man, because your guess is good as mine. I would say find a game with a high total and plug that bad boy in. My top defense this week is going to be the New Orleans. Who that? Who that? Who that said going to beat them Saints? It's going to be them Saints, man. I love the Saints defense. Going up against Bryce Petty, I believe. It should be a wonderful, wonderful situation for those guys. That's going to do it for your boy, man. I want y'all to bless up. I want y'all to get to that green line. I want y'all to comment, like, subscribe. Show me some love. I do appreciate all the love I've been receiving. Y'all are helping my channel grow, and I really appreciate it. May not mean much to y'all, but a like means a lot. Man, I put out these free videos almost every day. Don't ask y'all for nothing. I'm not the type that's trying to, sell you something, jam something down your throat by saying, subscribe to this and that. But I really do appreciate, excuse me. I really do appreciate the love I've been receiving. It feels organic, and I'm here if you need me. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Let me know, all that good stuff, man. Let me know who your top QB is, your top running backs. Light up this comment section, and let's get this video to 20 likes, man. I want to drop the 20 burger. That's all I'm asking. Just the 20 likes. I appreciate y'all, man. Bless up. Have a wonderful day. Most importantly, let's get to that green line.